Innovation Outpost is a community of learning and innovation. It's a place where individuals can come to learn new skills that make them more employable, more promotable. They can increase their annual household income. They can find the connectivity to employment opportunities that increase the trajectory for their own lives.
So my previous job before working at BOC was working at a farm. I started working there in 2017, right after I graduated. The difference is, well, I'm not in the sun all day. It's very, I don't know. It's just rewarding. Like every little thing that I do is, I know it's making me a better programmer and furthering my career with every little step I take. Any little thing that I do, I know is helping me somehow.
My name's Alex O'Brien. I'm the president and owner of BOC Bank, and we are a small technology bank that uses technology to disrupt. We've been a part of this Career Accelerator program from the very start, and a super excited partner to be a part of it, because the program took the best parts of Amarillo and combined them together. And by the best parts of Amarillo, I mean it gave people the opportunity to jump from a job that they didn't necessarily like and to jump into a job that they did want to do and did want to try out in a really short span of time, and to give them that opportunity and to pay for it. And so just the whole concept behind that, and the fact that it was promoting the programming side and promoting technology and getting more kids involved into technology that wouldn't have had that opportunity, it felt like a really easy one for us to get behind.
My job before BOC Bank, I was a barista at Roasters here in Amarillo. Definitely a lot different than what I'm doing now. I think at Roasters I was just doing the same thing every day, making coffee, and now I'm getting to do something different. Even though it is all computer work, it's different things that kind of test your knowledge of what you know about fixing bugs or fixing back-end or front-end code. So I think there's always something new whenever you go into work.
Innovation Outpost is entirely about the juxtaposition of technology and people, and really understanding the way that work is already evolving, and bringing this entire region forward to understand more about how we can accelerate the use of technology in order to have people working alongside in more meaningful roles, more fulfilling roles. It's also a place where businesses can come and immerse themselves in that community of learning, to give them an opportunity to retain more of the staff they have by implementing a learning and development strategy in partnership not only with Innovation Outpost, but with all of our partners. The higher educational institutions in the Panhandle, the subject matter experts, the mentors, and so forth. It's definitely a community where individuals and companies can come together to learn, to work on projects together, to implement new technologies, and find ways to build exciting new businesses in the region.
Oh, I love it. Working at BOC has been probably the greatest experience I've ever had. I finished my training in December of 2021, going over just about everything that you could possibly cover about coding in a 10-week period. My job prior was working in emergency rooms for Northwest. You know, it's hard to work in a place where people are dying, but it pays the bills. And I did that for 60 hours a week. I knew I had to get out of what I was doing somehow. I learned about the Innovation Outpost program really by chance. I didn't know it existed until it was mentioned to me, and I immediately went and signed up. I was put on a wait list. Still didn't think I was gonna get it, but they called me back, interviewed me, and next thing I knew, I was leaving my job and starting in the tech industry. It's a day and night difference. Pay, benefits, mentality, that's probably the biggest. Not looking over my shoulder, wondering what's coming next, what car accident, shooting, murder is gonna come through the doors of the hospital. I get to sit at a desk and everything's quiet, write code.
We jumped in as a sponsor of the program, and we jumped in as a partner, and then we had John Adamczyk and Brad Swadling both from our bank were mentors for the program and worked with you on that. And that was an amazing experience because they got to see firsthand the program and also meet all the kids. And it was really a great idea and something that we would do again in a second.
I'm a junior cloud engineer at BOC Bank. I worked for a wireless internet company here in Amarillo. I was doing networking for them. Going in to the program, I kind of had a basic understanding of networking, and I grew up around computers, so previous job was no set of hours, so some days I would get home at 8 o'clock and then there's no telling if I'm gonna be called out. It really took away time from my family. That was hard. The way that this position is gonna impact not just my future, but my family's future is huge. It's the bottom step of my career. It's a junior position and there's just so much room to grow. It's what I've got my sights set on. It's where I'm gonna be, and so just heading there, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna open doors to my family that I never thought would be possible.
UPSKILL Amarillo is a program that we launched. We're entering our third cohort. It began last October. We recently started calling it UPSKILL Amarillo instead of Career Accelerators. Essentially, it's the program where individuals can come and learn some digital skills today. Individuals who successfully complete our 8-week sprint, they earn an industry-recognized credential. That's an important addition to whatever education you have, whether it's a post-secondary education or just a high school education.
We've discussed a lot about hiring new employees and how do you find that new employee that fits in with your culture, and how do you find that new employee that cares, that wants to be there, that really fits in with the culture of what you're trying to promote. And this program and the kids that we have working for us now, across the board, every one of them really wants to be there. They're super sweet kids. They have a kind heart. They work hard. They're excited every time I go down and talk to them. I say, hey, what are you guys up to? They're like, well, we're working on this and we're almost here and then we've got this going. And it's always something new and they're always excited about it. And so we're adding them to our program, and they are impact players. They were really almost impact players from the very start. Now, it took a little time to understand what we were doing and to get the concept down, but they're fully engaged now, and I think they'll be the leaders for the next group that we bring in, and so I'm excited about that as well.
There's not another model like it in the United States. There are elements of it everywhere. We believe in world-class instruction, but we don't believe that we have to build that capacity ourselves. This is the model of finding the most qualified, most engaging instructor wherever they live and bringing them to Amarillo by using technology. Once that instructor is done, we now have a world-class certified success coach program where success coaches are working on individualized learning, personal learning reinforcement, helping people navigate difficult circumstances in their life that typically would lead them to quit that program.
My learning experience at the Innovation Outpost was different. What I wanted to do was prepare myself for a remote job because I couldn't imagine a company like BOC sitting there waiting to grab the talent. The hybrid learning aspect of Innovation Outpost certainly played a huge role, even though I did do remote the entire time. If I chose to go in, COVID changed everything. You have to have that hybrid flexibility. That played a huge part for me.
I think Innovation Outpost helped me get into the position I'm in right now by offering the program at all to have an accelerated learning path to get to where you wanted to be. I know going for like a 4-year degree did not seem as appealing to me. I think this was definitely something that seemed a little bit easier. Not easier, I think it was difficult just because it is an accelerated learning path. And so you are gonna have to learn at a faster pace than what you would normally learn at. But I think if you just have the willingness to do it, and if you can stay motivated and just remember why you're doing it, then I feel like it kind of goes by too quickly, honestly.
The culture at BOC is great. It's a small bank. I know it's cliche, you hear it a lot. Small companies feel like family, but this really does. We all know each other by name, we recognize each other, we're casual with each other, but we're also professional, and it's a great mix. It's one of the things that I really enjoy about being there is the culture. They figured it out. Focused on the individual. I feel like I've been long enough at BOC Bank and I was long enough at Innovation Outpost to see that. They focus on what we want to learn, what we need to learn, and where we're headed as an employee, as a student, as an individual.
The innovation helped by being such a quick sprint. It was a very quick 10 weeks. It all flew by really quickly, and I knew that if I could buckle down for those 10 weeks, then this could definitely pay off. My sprint was the AWS sprint. It was cloud computing, working with networking in the cloud. The amount of industry certifications that I have are two. I currently have the AWS Cloud Practitioner and the AWS Solutions Architect. The impact that this program has had on my life has been immense. It's been huge. This has changed the course of my life altogether. Things that have changed are that I'm not just, working at a dead-end job. I actually have the opportunity to learn and actually, further my abilities with computers and technology. It feels awesome.
One of the best things for the culture is they're always happy. And they're bright people who have a wonderful disposition, and they're happy guys. And they're happy to be here. They're excited about what they do. And anytime you go into work and you're having a down day, or things are a little slow around the office, or maybe the banks and things aren't going the way you want them to go, they're a little spot of joy. So I'll go down to they've created this cave that's an amazing cave, and they've decorated it, and it's theirs. It's truly theirs. They have a ping pong table in the back. They play ping pong at lunch. So they've made it theirs, and I'll go down there and talk to them, and it really adds joy in my heart, and I think pretty much everybody feels that way, because when they come in, they do bring an energy, and they bring a youth and an enthusiasm. And as you get older, you need that youth and you need that enthusiasm, and you need somebody to kind of inspire you and make you feel like, hey, we can do this, and we can make this happen.
Yeah, now that my family's here, I really just want to thank them for the support that they've given me, because this was a full-time commitment. It was leaving a job, going to school full-time. I mean, there was times we didn't know how we were going to do it, and we were trying to figure it out. So just the support that my family's given me to go through this, I can't say how thankful I am for it. My name is Justin. I'm a junior cloud engineer at BOC Bank, and I'm an Innovation Outpost Lifetime Learning member.